I'll be in charge of mathematics teaching, and I'm making this video clip for the sample. So let's get started. So I'm going to do share screen, and then I'm going to pop up the problems. Okay, let's start with number 55. Number 55 is asking the equation of two graphs shown below. One is y1 with a1 psi1 b1 t, which is a dotted line, and y2, which is a2 cosine b2 t, which is a solid line. Now, they're talking about which of the following statement is true of the constant a1 and a2. So you gotta know what a1 and a2 stand for. a1 and a2 is the amplitude. So this guy's a1 and a2 is amplitude. So what do you mean by amplitude? Amplitude is a vertical stretching. So in our case, on the dotted line, vertical stretching was done by this much. Whereas the solid line y2, the vertical stretching has been made this much. So this one stands for a1 and this one stands for a2. So obviously you're going to have a1 greater than a2. So the answer for this one should be a1 is greater than a2. So B will be the answer. The next problem, number 56, is talking square root of 1 minus cosine square over sine x and 1 minus sine square over cosine x. Now for this particular problem, you got to remember trig identity rule. Trig identity rule, there are two of them, sine square plus cosine square equal 1, and then the other one is 1 plus tangent square equal secant square. Now on this particular problem, 1 minus cosine square will be sine square. So square root of sine square will be sine x. So you have sine x over sine x, which is a 1. And the other one is 1 minus cosine square, which is a cosine square. So square root of cosine square is a cosine x. So you have another one because it's a cosine x over cosine x, which is another one. So when you're adding those two, the answer should be 2. The next problem, 57. Consider the function of fx equals square root of x, and then gx is given by 7x plus b. Now this one is what they call composite function. In other words, composite function is a function of a function. So what you need to do is, first of all, you have to get gx part, which is a 7x plus b. And then you got to put that gx part inside fx. So f of something equal square root of something. So square root of something, that something has to be what? 7x plus b. So when you replace that, you finally got fx equals square root of 7x plus b. Now, in this case, to solve for b, you got to use that information, x equals 4, y equals 6. So you plug in y equals 6, 6 equals square root of 7x plus b. Now to get the other, get rid of a square root, you got to square both sides. So 6 squared equals 36, and then square root of 7x plus b squared is a 7x plus b, but you got to plug it in x equals 4, so you have a 7 times 4 plus b, which is a 28, so b should be come out as b equals 8. Now this one will conclude my sample video clip for ACT, and I'll be making the same video clip for SAT. Thank you very much.